This week on Face Off Hockey Show, we're back from Dallas. If you didn't catch the draft show, you're not the only one. We'll talk about a little bit of stuff there. Hall of Fame time, everybody. We'll debate some stuff there. Free agency, all kinds of fun crap. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mark with C's birthday. We're going to surprise him when he comes on the air by saying he's fired. Face Off Hockey Show next.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
breakaway.
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
We're not going to fire Mark. We're not going to fire Mark. It's fine. Don't. All you Markaholics, you're fine. Fine. Welcome to Face Off Hockey Show. I am Scotty Waz. Johnny P's right there.
I am here.
How we're both back from Dallas.
I got a fantastic TJ Oshie t-shirt brought all the way from North Dakota. I also decided that I didn't have enough meat this week, so I bought a 5.85 ounce bag of beef jerky at Target for the show.
Interesting.
Yeah, I ate most of it already. I wasn't gonna chew during the show. That's just messed up.
Yeah,
Probably eat some of it though.
This is not a farm show where you can chew and it's fine. So yeah, how was your trip back, John?
I'm gonna say that I was definitely still drunk at the airport.
Yeah.
Well, so we had a fantastic night out after the draft show. We went to first we were watching the best of DVD set of Johnny Carson.
Yes.
I mean, amazing all the people he had on that show. He was fantastic. Then we went out for some bacon and beer. Bacon and beer flights. They already had the bacon and the beer paired, unless you're Sean Leahy. And then you didn't know how to order because you just wanted to drink your own beer. But then the guy thought you wanted a different flight of beer, and they're like, no, we can't do that. And he's like, why? I want my own beer. And they're like, no, we don't do that. And he's like, can I just order this without the beer? The guy's like, yeah. And he goes, okay, I want to order the bacon and beer flight. And I want my own beer. And the guy's like, no, you can't do that. And it was like a who's on first type thing that went on for like 3 minutes. It was fantastic. I wish I would have recorded it at this point.
I really fully put that on Leahy because everyone else understood what Derek from Section 328 was saying, or as we like to call him.
But I thought it would be more funny not to.
We like to call him Cool McClure.
Yeah, mannerisms and all. It's amazing. Like looking at him, I'm like, holy crap! But you're cool.
Yeah. So we had the beer and bacon flights were fantastic.
So we did that, and then Jen showed up after getting a tattoo.
Yeah. To
be team mom.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't really team mom for a little bit. Wasn't really team mom. She kind of was making her rounds while we were just being idiots. But
she wasn't angry with you. She was just seeing people, right?
Yeah, no. She was just hanging around. She kept getting stopped by people as is her usual fare.
Right. Then somebody said, let's go to the piano bar. And God knows that any piano bar is a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
But this wasn't like a Hell at the Moon type of piano bar where there were like two pianos in the middle and people were standing around at bars and such. No. This piano bar had a stage.
Yeah.
And everybody was watching the people play piano from a stage and a balcony, and then Bohemian Rhapsody came on and things got weird. And I didn't think Metzger could hit that note, but he did. It was amazing.
He is Archduke Brian Metzer, very much of the vocal range that we all.
We should
had
have him
hope
on the
for.
show one night and sing Bohemian Rhapsody.
God, we always, we'll get. Well, here's the problem: we'll get content ID'd because we'll be too perfect.
Oh, that's right. That's true. And then they'll take our audio.
Yeah.
So that occurred. So at this point, all of us are still together, right? We're gonna get a lift to get back to the hotel. I also have a Red Bull tonight too, which is I slept for 12 hours. I don't know why I need a Red Bull, but so we get back to the hotel at I'm gonna say 2:45-ish.
Sounds
maybe
right.
3. And at 3:15, the entire hotel's electricity goes out.
Oh yeah.
And by entire hotels, I mean not a single light is on this place. So luckily, in what I normally do is pack the night before. So I had all of my clothes packed. I had left out clothes and my pink medicine bag. So I was able to find the pink medicine bag quickly and finish up my packing. So I'm looking around the room with the light on, looking around, didn't see anything else, and I go, since electricity's already out, I might as well make my way to the airport. So hop in another lift, head to the airport, get stopped at security. They're like, your bag is extremely heavy. I go, yes, it is. And they're like, what is in it? And I go, 14 hockey pucks. The lady in security, no lie, pulls out the bag, clear bag of hockey pucks, and drops them on the table the same way I'd been doing all weekend long. Donk. She looks through and she goes, yep, it's a lot of hockey pucks. Puts them back in the bag, on my way. I pick up a Coke and some Chex Mix, and I sit down at the gate, and I go, whew, I am definitely still drunk. So then I get on the plane. Everything's fine. I'm sitting in the window seat like I normally do. Plane takes off, and it maybe 200 feet in the air and shifts directly to the left.
Oh.
Just hits like a wind gust or something and comes up and right over to the left. And I was like, no, fuck this. Turned on my music a little bit louder and I passed out.
Nice.
So then we hit the ground. Luckily we were landing at VWI, and I was like, oh, like shaking, and I like pull up the blind and I look out and I was like, oh, okay. And the guy next to me is like, yeah, we're on the ground. I was like, okay, cool. And he goes, did you sleep through that whole thing? I'm like, yeah. He goes, we had a lot of turbulence in the middle of that flight. Like so much so that the plane dropped like 5,000 feet because it hit like an air pocket and just was like, whoop, and dropped straight down. I was like, oh, thank God I was still drunk. Like I just passed out as soon as I hit the seat.
Not only still drunk, but still drunk and asleep. Because if you're still drunk on that and you were you just hit the air pocket just awake, that would
have been bad. I would have thrown up everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But I was drinking Sean Leahy's, and they sit better on me. Yeah. I don't know if it's the Sprite that like helps my stomach or if it's the cool straight vodka without any fruit. I don't know how it works. Sean Leahy's going to have to let us know about that.
Yeah, he will.
But that was my trip back. How did your guys' trip back go?
Delay. Not Tom delay. A lot of
somebody
delays.
throw the puck over the glass?
Yeah, kind of. Almost. So we get to the airport, like literally we throwing stuff in bags and everything. Then the power goes out, so we continue to throw stuff in bags. Power comes back on, and we're like, all right, cool. Let's get out of here. Get out of there. Yeah, definitely still drunk. Still drunk as I get to the airport. Still drunk as I check in. Everything security gets fine. We get in the plane, blah, blah, blah. Jen doesn't have a seat. They're like, all right, we'll find a seat for you.
Jen doesn't have a seat. How does that work?
I had an assigned seat. She didn't somehow. We booked it at the same damn time. And then our seats for this, she had an assigned seat for the second flight, but I don't know. Frontier Airlines, not the best. Then we were on the plane and the captain's like, yeah, we're going to be delayed half an hour because I guess we didn't get clearance to taxi or something. I don't know. I was kind of half in and out of consciousness. So apparently we sat on the tarmac for a half hour. It's fine. We had like a 3-hour layover in Denver anyway. Get to Denver. We're just chilling in the Denver Airport. Then they're like, yeah, the flight to Fargo, we're gonna be delayed just slightly. It's your crew hasn't come in yet. Like it's 9 o'clock. The hell's our crew? Why? And then why are they scheduling?
It was Sean Leahy.
I guess. Why are they scheduling like so close together? Yeah, no, your crew's gonna be coming from gate A36 here to A32. I'm like, all right, it's not too bad. About 9:35, 9:45. We'll still try to get you out of here close to 10 o'clock as possible. So 10:05 rolls around. We're still sitting there waiting to board. Nothing. No. Hey, here's an update. No. Hey, here's this happening. Then the crew finally shows up around 10:10. They're like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna check. They're gonna check in about 5-10 minutes. And
Did people like sarcastically clap when they came in?
I think people were just pissed off and tired and just wanted to get on the plane for this shitty airline. So yeah, we got on the flight, got back to Fargo. And apparently Jen was in the bathroom and overheard one of the stewardesses say, yeah, no, apparently when we got to the airport looking for our first flight, the plane wasn't there. Like, oh, so Frontier just doesn't like schedule. Like, why have a schedule? Why have a schedule? Just show up to the airport, see what plane's in the fucking gate, and just go there.
They just turned into the final Frontier.
Kinda. God damn. Frontier Airlines.
Jean-Luc Picard come by and was like, I'm your captain tonight. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Make it so. But yeah, I got to Fargo, then like went to Wendy's and drove back home. And
well, you didn't work on Monday, right?
No, I took off Monday, and then no.
That's smart.
That's genius idea on my part. Took off Monday, then drove to Minot to see the sights there. Minot. Jen was not having any of it. She slept pretty much all day Monday, so she was at home, just dead to the world. She had seen enough people for the next year, so she's good until December.
That's why it only happens once a year,
right? So yeah, I drove to Minot, visited some like little thrift stores, visited some antique stores. Nothing really to write home about. It was actually really crappy. Then I saw the lovely and talented McCall and her boyfriend, John. And John's actually boyfriend. Yeah, McCall's.
I just
boyfriend.
Figured that's his name.
Yeah, McCall's boyfriend. No, McCall's boyfriend's actually at Pittsburgh Penguins camp this week.
Ooh.
For the developmental camp. John Lazat, 6'1".
Did you whoop him?
I wish. 6'1", 215 out of St. Cloud State University.
Nice.
So he's there at camp, and she said, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if he gets signed by them after his senior year? I'm like, I don't know. I'll still hate the Penguins, but I'll cheer on John. So and they're setting up fireworks. Fireworks season starts for them today in Minot. So the 9 days in North Dakota you can sell fireworks. There can be any 9 days, but only 9 days. So they're doing it now, and so McCall talked to her, talked to Jen because she loves Jen. I didn't tell you this. I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, it had to be Wednesday night because Thursday night we came home like really drunk. So Wednesday night we come back from the hockey history thing, and I get this like this phone call on I get this like video call from my phone. And it says McCall, and I'm like, what? She Facebook messaged me. She was drunk on tequila, and just wanted to see Scotty and Jen was, and getting fireworks and stuff ready. And yeah, she's a peach. She is a peach.
So I'm confused about this.
Oh my, go on
about this fireworks thing.
Yeah,
need to ask questions,
please. I can make up answers.
So the fireworks thing, is it like by county, or only like a business can sell fireworks 9 days?
It's state law.
Okay. But do you get to choose your 9 days?
Yes.
Or do they choose it for you?
You get to choose.
Couldn't you collude with other places so that you could just like put together a bunch of different places that have 9 days of fireworks sales for like 3 months straight?
Kind of.
Like, is this a loophole that I'm figuring out real quickly?
I'm looking at the new fireworks law, apparently from 2013. New state law made it easier for North Dakota, Richmond, New England. Blah, blah, blah. The law took effect earlier this year and adds another time frame. State residents can legally purchase fireworks in North Dakota. Previously, they could only purchase fireworks from June 27th through July 5th, but they can now also purchase fireworks between December 26th and January 1st.
Okay, so they mandate what 9 days?
So retailers can open year round, but only sell to residents of North Dakota the week of preceding Independence Day.
I mean, that sounds very independent.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, from what I've been told and what she has told me of the fireworks business is that all right, here's one
She's
from
in the
last year.
hospital business and the fireworks business. I feel like that's double dipping.
Yeah. Well, she's not giving her, hey, by the way, I'm going to put my card to this there's hospital, so go to that. To North Dakotans under specific timelines. Okay, so yeah, specific timelines for North Dakotans.
All right.
If you have a Minnesota ID, you can pick up fireworks anywhere, anytime.
Is that like dual citizenship?
Kind of. It's almost like in Oregon. Like in Oregon, if you buy something, they'll ask you, is it Oregon? No, it's from Washington State. If you buy something, they'll ask you where you're from, and you'll be like, from this place. And it's almost like they want to get into a little story with you about your background. Actually, they want to know if they need to charge you sales tax or not. Hey, where are you from? Oh, I was born in Maryland, living at no. I just need to know where you're from. I can figure out if I need to tax you or not. Oh, well then.
I want to, the next time that if we fly to Seattle and then drive to Vancouver, obviously if the Whitecaps are playing that weekend,
obviously,
I think that we should see if we can, how many places we can tell our backstories.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'll be like, yeah, so I went to high school with Mark Teixeira. We played soccer together, actually, back in Baltimore. Where are you from now? I live right near the same area now. I've lived in the same place my whole life.
It's kind of weird, you think the further you go, the bond faster. But no, I bond faster. I'm living at home. That's a great story, sir. I'm not going to charge a sales tax for this magazine though, so I think I learned something about you and me as well. I need to get out of this business. So yeah, North Dakota state laws about fireworks are really messed up.
Adidas claws showed up today though.
Hey, show me some Adidas claws.
Yes,
it's your boy.
That's the outside. That one right there has the Washington Capitals logo on it.
You can see it faintly.
Inside has the NHL logo and the Weagle.
I would suspect the Weagle to be on the outside rather than the instep.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Adidas always has their stripes on the outside, so I think that's what Adidas does. What Adidas does.
I suppose so.
But they're nice. They come with red shoelaces.
Ooh.
Obviously.
Nice.
This one of the tongues. So the shoes are all one piece upper. There's no tongue or anything. It just flops over. But one tongue says AM4 and one has caps in it. The only thing that kind of sucks is that there's no like Stanley Cup Champions logo or something. You just have to be cool enough to know that only teams that won the Stanley Cup have these shoes.
There you go.
And since this is the first year of Adidas, then the Capitals are the only team that has these shoes.
It's true. It's true. You're rocking those new Adidas.
Mm-hmm.
My Adidas.
Yeah. My Adidas.
So yeah, there we go. So, but Dallas was fun. That was a fun time. I appreciate
Dallas was fun. I've gotten a lot of new Twitter followers.
Nice.
Like Cassie, like the Section 328 guys, who I'll probably still have to introduce myself to next year. Yeah. All in all, it was good. It was a good times, I guess. It was nice that I had 12 hours of World Cup to watch, though.
Yeah.
On those down days.
Puck Soup was interesting too.
Puck Soup was fun.
Yeah. Stephen John's a boy.
Steven
Okay.
Johns is cool. He was funny. Um, I, is it going to be weird to say? I've never listened to Puck Soup before.
Mm-hmm.
The live show. I have a feeling that Lozo is more funny just as a human being than he is during the podcast.
Oh yeah, no, he's a hoot. He's a hoot of a fella.
Yeah, I mean, he ate bacon and had beer with us.
Yeah.
Then went to the piano bar. I mean, we were rolling pretty deep.
As we
On
are wont
Saturday
to
night.
do. You know, as we are wont to do. We usually roll pretty deep. All the ESPN
like
people came with us. It was kind of great.
Like Adele.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. And then we'll do it all again next year in Vancouver. Perhaps.
Hopefully, there's a jazz festival going on.
Be great. Just training shows all over the place.
That's normal, though.
That's true. Apparently, a couple weekends from now, it's Minnesota Tequila, Taco, and Cerveza Fest.
Jeez, that's a mouthful.
It's kind of aggressive. Their banner is a luchador and a chihuahua surrounded by a taco, a shot of tequila with a lime, and a beer.
There's some weird way of like dog fighting.
I think so. Perhaps. Oh wow.
Are the other three forming a circle around the dog and the taco?
Let me see if I can bring it up here. Bring up a Sky screen share. Because this is honestly, the only way to do it. Can I get a freaking picture, guys? Can you give me a picture? You're just going to give me a link? You shitbirds. Well then. Maybe I'm not going to Sky screen share this, I guess. Fuck them. It's going to give them some fancy stuff, but apparently they can eat a big bag of dicks.
That's actually the festival next weekend.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
Hold on. Did I get it? Hold on. Did I get it? No, I didn't. Fuck it. I'll just put it on screen share this way. The way I should have done it all along. Here we go. Booyah. Some Jesus, there we go. There it is. Look at that. Look at that fantasticness. A luchador in a bull mask, chihuahua, beer, taco, tequila.
All right. Looks like there's a lot going on in that picture.
There's it's like all
I
the
do appreciate how there's not a single person wearing a luchador mask in the picture behind the logo, though.
Listen, stock footage is stock footage, man. I got a guy with a Keep Calm Chive On shirt, though, so you know it's legit.
Right. Like any good festival.
Exactly. Oh man, Shevitz. We're finally in all season mode, in all honesty. For once in our lives, we're in off season mode. Because there is nothing to speak about.
All off season all the time.
All off, yeah, kind of. We'll talk to Lara Richardson in a bit. We'll talk to him about free agency that starts in what?
2 days?
4 days. 3 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days.
4 days. Well, technically it's 3 days and 5 hours, right?
July
at noon on
I think it's
1st?
July 1st noon.
Oh, all right, then that's it. Yeah.
I thought it used to be midnight. It makes sense to be midnight, but I guess it's noon. We'll talk to Lyle, see what it actually is, and then go from there. Some trades to speak of. John Carlson's deal we'll talk a little bit more in depth about. But we get to this. Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a part of our Patreon, we appreciate you. Patreon.com/FaceOffHockeyShow. Brian is a patron. Damon, patron. Mark, patron. Trista, patron. Sean, patron. Angela, patron. Mitch, patron. Chris, patron. Ethan, patron. Matthew, you guessed it, patron. They all are part of this. Patreon.com/FaceOffHockeyShow. As little as much as you want, we still have to do that, the hangout show. We got to figure out when we want to do that.
That's true.
I'll do it next week or some junk like that.
All right.
So yeah. All right. So 2 enter, 1 came out. The winner, and that is, of course, the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame class for 2018 was announced. It's a decent one. It's a pretty decent one, Johnny. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
First off, obviously, the layup, Marty Brodeur. What can you say about Marty Brodeur that hasn't been said in the past? All-time winningest goaltender. Probably, if you want to put this out here, greatest goaltender in the world ever. Dog.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, he can rent an exotic for his midlife crisis.
It's true. Not wrong. So he's in there. Willie O'Ree put in as a builder. Finally. And obviously this is probably going to happen because they named an award after him. So he is in there finally after all these years. And really, honestly, the builder is the only way to go because as a player, he didn't have that great of a standout, even in the minors. So as a builder and building and everything, hockey is for everyone and stuff like that. That's a huge part of his cause. And it's glad to see him go in there finally. Marty St. Louis.
Nice.
Good, a great story. A guy who persevered through a lot of things, get to the NHL, and now he is a
quads.
Massive quad still. Alexander Yakushin. 2-time gold medalist at Sapporo and Innsbruck. Coach Sparta Moscow, was the Soviet scoring champion in 1969. Had 11 points in 7 goals and 11 points in 8 games at the Summit Series. Led all Soviets in scoring. Just a hell of a guy.
I'm happy to see that some of these Soviets are making the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Took them long enough, right? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had to get past the stigma, right, of them being ignatic.
And you also had to get past the thing of multiple shoe-in Hall of Famers going in too. Because let's be honest, that's a big thing. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, so Yakushin's going in. Let me see.
At first, when I read that, I thought it was Dmitry Yushkevich, and I was like, "Whoa, wait, my God, they're digging deep this year." But then I realized it was spelled differently.
There you go. Jana Heffert from one of the female entries into this list. Four-time gold medalist, silver medalist for Canada. Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-time women's world champion, 4-time Four Nations Cup champion.
Wow, she's like a WWE wrestler,
right? Leading scorer in '99 and 2000. Just an amazing player. So she is getting in, and finally, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, he's finally going in. Gary Bettman going into the Hall of Fame. Which honestly, why not? Why not?
I get it, right? I get why I agree. He should be a Hall of Famer. I agree that he should also have to wait 5 years after he retires, the same way all the players do.
That's true. The problem with that is that for commissioners and presidents and all that stuff, usually towards the end of their term. Ziegler did it. Campbell had it happen to him.
Dolph Ziggler. Oh.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler. It was really great. The zigzag. It's part of the Spirit Squad.
So does that mean that the next lockout he's done?
That'd be 2020. That'd be fantastic if it was. Like, I'm going to go out on top, screwing you all over again. Let's go. So
he's just throwing dollar bills in the air as he's walking away.
Well, don't do Bill Daly, dude. Don't do Bill Daly like that. Dollar Bill Daly. Don't do him like that.
That's an interesting pick for me.
How so? Just because he's not retired?
Because he's still part of the league. Because I don't know, maybe all these commissioners stop being commissioner after they make it into the Hall of Fame 2 or 3 years later because they're like, what else do I have to do in this sport?
What legacy do I have left?
They've already hit the pinnacle, right? It's all downhill from there.
Yeah. So
it's not like he's going to win the Stanley Cup. He touches it every year.
Exactly, and gets booed. It's fantastic. Obviously now the snubs.
Sergei
Sergei
Zubov.
Zubov, top one, Sergei Zubov. So, I mean, it's hard to argue with that. I mean, he's
That
a
he's
guy
a snub, or that he should be in the Hall of Fame.
that he's a snub.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a guy who 2 Stanley Cups, top pairing guy. I think it's because he was very quiet, very underrated. Played in, outside after he got out of New York, played for Pittsburgh a little bit towards the end of their little run. Played in Dallas, very under the radar kind of guy.
It could be that because Greg doesn't vote for him.
Maybe that's it. I don't even know who the hell votes for anybody anymore.
There has to be like a caucus, right?
There's a Hall of Fame committee. Let me see if I can find it. Jen and I found it once.
It consists of a bunch of people that hate Sergei Zubov.
Right? All right, the selection committee. Johnny P.
Yes.
Starts off with John Davidson.
Oh, okay.
He is the chair. The chair emeritus is Jim Gregory. Old Jim Gregory.
Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. I hope he sticks around.
David Branch, commissioner of the the president of the Canadian Hockey League. Brian Burke.
Okay,
it's fine.
Is Brian Burke in the Hall of Fame?
I do not believe so. No.
Huh. Okay. Can you vote yourself in?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Maybe we'll see. Colin Campbell. He'll send really bad emails about you.
And his son Gregory. Sorry.
Right. Bobby Clark. Mark DeFoy, who is a journalist in Montreal.
I'm surprised anyone actually makes it into the Hall of Fame with this group of people.
Right. Eric DeHatchett of The Athletic. Michael Farber of Sports Illustrated. Ron Francis. This might have changed. I don't know when the last time this has been updated. Let me see if there is an up. I'll take a look at updated. So this is the updated list as they have it here. Mike Gartner.
Oh, nice.
Anders Hedberg. Yari Curry. Igor Larionov. Pierre Maguire. Bob McKenzie. David Poyle. And Luc Robitaille.
That's an interesting group of people.
It's a mishmash of people.
Do you think that at any point, like, names pop up and they're like, all right. Dmitry Yushkevich, and Pierre Maguire goes into like a 4-minute soliloquy about where he played when he was a peewee, and he had 53 points as a junior playing back in I don't even know where Yushkevich is from. I'm assuming Eastern Bloc country.
Yeah, I think Russia.
Do you think he just does that? Is that what he's there for? He's like the hockey historian for the Hall of Fame.
He's to let them know where they played beforehand. Yeah, so that's, my God, what a twisted web that is. So I
kind of hope that they all have to sit in the same room, like NCAA bracket style, and like look at each other eye to eye when they're like, no, that guy's not a Hall of Famer, and not do it in like secret behind their computers and such.
So here is the selection process. Eligibility 3 seasons prior to his or her election. And that's professional or international. Builder may be active or inactive at time of his or her election. Linesman or referee must not have participated as a linesman or referee in professional or international hockey game during any of the 3 playing seasons prior to his or her election.
So even referees have to be retired.
Yeah. Players 4 male, 2 female maximum. Builder 2 inductees. Linesman 1 and referee and linesman 1 inductee.
Did they get any this year, or did they?
No, they did not.
75%
is what you need. 75%. And that's that. No member of the Hockey Hall of Fame selection committee or any other person is present at the annual election meeting shall disclose to any person how any member of the selection committee voted on an election or any particular candidate.
Wow.
There it is. There's the rub.
Interesting.
So
Just when you think, like, I guess it's cool to call out journalists when they do shitty things with the NHL awards, but the people who put their players into the Hockey Hall of Fame, that's still secretive.
yeah. Yeah, no, you have to it's this cloak and dagger shit, man.
It's
Cloak
like
and
the
dagger,
Illuminati.
right? Here we go. Hockey Hall of Fame. Not in the Hall of Fame.com. That's a hell of a website.
Wow. Is it in order by of snub or just in alphabetical order?
It's just in A order. It looks like. Man.
Order of year retired.
Oh, this is just this year eligible.
Oh.
So there's 10 people, all of which should have been snubbed. Maybe one not. Brendan Morrow,
Yep.
Chris Phillips,
Yep.
Daniel Briere,
Yeah.
Evgeny Nabokov,
Yeah.
Ilya Brizgalov, Kimmo Timonen, I think should be in.
Interesting.
Michael Ryder, Ole Jokinen,
Okay.
Robin Regier, and this is a weird one, Scott Hannon. Scott Hannon.
I have a feeling none of them should be actual Hall of Famers, except
Yeah.
maybe Timonen.
Um,
Or Bruce Goloff as like a builder, maybe.
maybe. That'd be great. So Zubov, Alex Mogilny.
Ah,
Almo, what do you feel about Almo? Part of the Triple Gold Club, over 1,000 points.
Yeah.
6-time All-Star, but under that 500 goal marker, which I think is a big marker.
Yeah, but he played on a bunch of really crappy teams.
He did, but he played with Bure for a couple years too, and LaFontaine. Then he went to the Devils and just shut down.
But there are people in the Hall of Fame that are in the Hall of Fame based off of like potential, like who didn't get those numbers, but it was because they got hurt or something to that effect. So how are they Hall of Famers, but the people who actually played full season or full careers, won 3 golds, etc., aren't?
It's kind of weird.
Just because they didn't make it to 500 goals or something stupid like that.
Well, like we said, Hall of Fame voters are very cloak and dagger, very secretive. Mark, what say you?
Cam Neely. Is he one of those that got in on potential?
I think he got in on potential.
Yeah.
It's the Lindros
And the
thing.
movie.
Yeah. Seabass. Happy birthday, Mark.
Thank you. How are you guys?
Doing
Can
great.
you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
All right.
We're talking our Patreon
You see
pick,
the
which
caterpillar in the back too.
Yeah, look at that caterpillar.
Oh yeah, he's back there.
Talking about the Hall of
My,
Fame for our Patreon stuff.
My $8 million 8-year, $8 million jersey gets to stay on the wall.
Congratulations. You're a big winner there.
Nice, yeah.
It would have been sucky if he would have been. Well, I mean, whatever. He won.
What would you have done with that jersey then? Would you have kept it
Left
up
it there? It's signed, of course. I'm not taking it anywhere.
Who knows?
That was a dumb statement of mine. I wouldn't have done
That's a
anything with
pretty
it.
dumb statement. All right, so now we get to the guys who got snubbed once again. Mark, I'm glad you're here. We mentioned Sergei Zubov, guys who got snubbed for the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Mogilny.
Yes.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I think he should eventually get in, but this was a tough class.
It was a tough
for him.
class. Johnny, your thumbs up on both of them?
Mogilny more than Zubov, I feel.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Yes, agreed.
Jeremy Roenick. Here's where we get to the hall, what people describe as the Hall of Very Good. Jeremy Roenick.
very long name.
right? Very clunky.
So why isn't Roenick Hall of Fame worthy? That's
Well,
I think Roenick is ahead of both of those other guys.
didn't win any individual hardware, didn't win a Stanley Cup, has the goals, has the points. I think it's because the lack of individual and team achievement probably was what people really sour about him. It's the same thing with Cam Neely. Like, I'm sure Roenick will get in on a weak class. I mean, he's got the numbers: 513 goals, 1,216 points. But I don't think when you put him against someone like St. Louis or hell, even Mogilny for that matter, or Zubov, those guys should get in before Roenick.
So would someone like Matt Sundin be a good comp here? Did Sundin? I'm looking here, trying to quickly scan to see.
I
if
think
he won any
Sundin got
individual
in.
awards. That's my point.
He is too.
Yeah,
But that's my point. He didn't really have any overwhelming
Sundin won
individual
trophies for
achievements.
himself, didn't he?
What's that, John?
He won trophies for himself, I thought.
He won the World Championships with Sweden in 2006.
Okay. He won the Olympic gold medal.
He won the Marc Messier Leadership Award.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
well, that puts you over the top.
Well, obviously.
And he's one of the
That's
100
like the
greatest
doubler
players,
ball for the Hall of Fame.
one of the greatest 100 greatest players of all time, ranked by the NHL.
Super duper. Well, then what was I thinking?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Jesus.
How could you compare him and JR?
Jeez. Keith Kachuk, yay or nay?
He also was the TV Puckin champion as part of Team Stockholm in 1986.
TV Puckin. What the hell's TV? I want TV Puckin to be like a reality show. Oh no, it's an under 15 tournament. All right, Keith Kachuk.
Yeah. Kachuk, no.
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 For me.
Well,
Pierre-
unless it's a wing eating contest.
Right. Now, here is the comparable to Matt Sundin. Pierre Turgeon. 515 goals, 1,327 points. So more goals and more points than Jeremy Roenick. Lady Byng Trophy, 5-time All-Star, which I'm shocked at. Pierre Turgeon, does he get in?
I would put Pierre Turgeon slightly ahead of Jeremy Roenick, but in
Wow.
the same class of Matt Sundin.
Fair. That's fair. I can agree with that.
If Sundin is in, then both of those guys.
I
should be
think
in.
Sundin got aided, and people are going to hate this, played in Toronto. And
What
that's
was
helped him.
Sundin's class? What year did Sundin go in? Let's see, class of
2012.
2012.
I think that was
What
a
was
weak
the
class.
class of 2012? I'm gonna try and find, unless you can beat me to it.
I'm sure I'm not even looking.
Deeper.
Hall of Fame class. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Yo, what's your Hall of Fame
All right, so
class?
the class of 2000. Actually, this was pretty deep. Class of 2012: Pavel Bure, Adam Oates, Joe Sakic, Matt Sundin.
Very center heavy.
The
It's
year
a good
after
top
was,
four centers.
The year after was a little weaker, actually. I mean, Chelios, that's a given. He founded the Hall of Fame. I'm surprised he wasn't in there earlier.
Right.
Geraldine
He's
Heaney.
going to be in there as a builder at some point, too, for building the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Geraldine Haney, a Canadian women's hockey legend.
Scott Niedermeyer, Brendan Shanahan. Maybe not weaker. Maybe relatively.
Yeah, it's pretty stout.
14. Rob Blake, Peter Forsberg, Dominic Hasek, Mike Badano.
Kind of a weakish class.
Is this the classes?
Yeah. That sounds right.
Because in 2017, this can't be right. 2017 was
Last year.
Andrechuk, Correa, Recchi, Solane. What is Solane? Like, didn't Solane play last year? How is he already getting in the Hall of Fame?
No, Solani retired in 2014.
I know. It feels like he played last
Right?
year.
It does. Because he's always around. He's like Yager. He's just hanging out.
Lindros. See, this is the year that I think. 2016. 2016 was the year that Pierre Turgeon probably had his chance. Lindros, Sergei Makarov and Rajiv Vachon. Rogi Vachon?
Yeah. Well, they still had one spot and he didn't get it. Well, we found out today 75% of the vote of all the voters. So that's what gets you in. By the way, what do you feel about Bettman getting in, Mark?
I feel like that's a very Major League 2 self-serving appointment. Like, I realize it's I know it's the IIHF Hall of Fame. It's not the NHL Hall of Fame, but still, this feels very.
No, this is the hockey. This is not even the double IHF Hall of Fame. This is the Hockey Hall of Fame. We rounded off. The chairperson is John Davidson. Everybody.
What was his name at the third baseman?
Roger Dorn.
Roger Dorn. I don't know why I forgot that, but yeah, it feels very Roger Dornish, even though I understand that it's not. It just feels that way. Some
more names: Theo Fleury, Cup champ, World Junior, over 1,000 points, 455 goals.
I still have a feeling that Theo Fleury's last 5 years of darkness is what's keeping him out of the Hall of Fame.
I completely agree with that. Absolutely, you're spot on that one.
Had he not gone down as quickly as he did, I think that he'd be already in.
Mm-hmm. Doug Wilson, 237 goals, 827 points, 1982 Norris Trophy winner, 8-time All-Star, Canadian Cup gold. Now Sharks general manager.
Yeah, if he hasn't made it yet, I don't think it's going to happen. At least not for player status.
For defenseman, top 20 in points, top 10 in points per game. Very, very. That's the class that goes in. Hey, by the way, Jeremy Roenick and Doug Wilson, come on now. Now here we go. Probably the two most
hated,
argumentative amongst people about Hall of Fame.
Pete Rose,
Chris Osgood, and Curtis Joseph.
Oh,
Osgood, 401 wins,
Osgood.
50 shutouts, 3-time Stanley Cup champion, 2-time Jennings Trophy champion, but played in a good system.
Yeah, I was going to say Osgood was a product of teams that were way overpowered.
How can you not? Okay, so that's fantastic. I get that argument for Osgood. How can you not say the same thing for Marty Brodeur? I understand Marty Brodeur, better goalie, but played in a system that completely made him a fantastic goalie.
Yep. You are not wrong.
Like you can't use that argument for Osgood just because he played in a good system. He got lucky.
It's true. He lucked out.
I remember a lot more weak goals that Osgood gave up than Brodeur gave up, though. I think when you're talking about, I get that overall statistically,
Brodeur scored on himself at one point. The puck wasn't even on goal. He dropped a stick and it hit it and went between his legs and in the goal.
Didn't Osgood Tommy Salo himself once?
No, maybe.
It was Tommy Salo.
Sounds like it.
I don't know. He might have, actually.
Or did we just, I don't know. I think we had a Chris Osgood starting lineup in the studio that we
it's still behind me, actually.
Salo. Yeah, we put it in a Tommy Salo position. I remember that now. I just get confused sometimes.
It's right there behind the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame. It's back there. It's a starting lineup figure of Jim Carrey and a McFarlane figure of Chris Osgood right back there.
Nice. I am gonna give Brodeur the benefit of the doubt. I am not gonna give Osgood the benefit of the doubt, and that is just personal opinion.
Fair enough.
Wow,
I can agree with that.
All right,
I will agree.
I feel like Brodeur had more success over many different years, many different coaches, many different systems, many different players. I feel like Osgood did not.
Norm Miracle is a Stanley Cup champion because the Detroit Red Wings have a great system in the mid-90s. I'll just leave it at that.
So is Chris Terreri.
That's true. Well, Chris Terreri actually sucked on the defensive team. That's why Brodeur played 70 games a year.
Yeah, that is actually. All right. I mean, I'm just saying it's.
But you are entitled to your opinion, sir. We respect it, no matter how wrong it might be to some others.
Thanks.
Curtis Joseph, though, most career wins, 554 of any goaltender to never play on a Stanley Cup winning team, but it was surpassed by Roberto Luongo recently. And first goaltender in NHL history to have 30 or more wins in the regular season for 5 different teams.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter where he went to. All he did was win.
He wasn't a product of this system.
The problem is he's also, I think, the most losingest goaltender of those who've won 400 games. Some horseshit.
So
he's
basically like Brett Favre, but
Kinda.
Brett Favre won.
Very
Exactly. That's a great comp.
That is a good comp.
He's a gunslinger.
He's a gunslinging goalie.
Oh,
Most
man.
touchdowns, most interceptions.
There
Brett
it is.
Favre.
There you go. That's this was from Sean Leahy.
That's a debacle right there. That I mean, do you value Stanley Cups over just being a good all around goalkeeper? I guess goaltender.
And of course, I ganked this from Sean Leahy of Pro Hockey Talk, as he made his list up.
I should have just invited him as well to see if he would run in.
Really should have. Oh well.
Then he could have wished me happy birthday.
John, to answer your question, I always think the championships should not matter in a person's Hall of Fame worthiness, but it always does. Because goaltenders, I think, I'm going to say, it's going to be confusing. I think goaltenders have the most and the least influence when it comes to winning championships. And I say that because one mistake from a goaltender could lose a game. But on the flip side of that, Braden Holtby had possibly the best goaltending career in the playoffs of any goaltender since Tim Thomas, save percentage wise, and hadn't won a Stanley Cup because in the games that he was playing, he wasn't getting any goal support. So,
well, you can't
as far as
playoff
goaltenders
game
are
0-0.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, you could give up 2 really shitty goals and lose a game 7, and that be that. So,
yeah,
goaltenders. That's why I say they should be not responsible for things and could also be very responsible for things. I said it better the first time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think championships. People shouldn't be judged by championships. I don't think.
Maybe goalies shouldn't be judged by championships. Maybe like other teammates should.
I mean, Luongo's going to get in when he retires. Right? Or no? No?
Well, I don't know. Is Curtis Joseph getting in?
Right, that's the thing.
Like they're basically in the same boat. Like just rowing around Toronto.
Kind of true. Just hanging out.
It's like a small boat, like a kayak.
Just rowing around and around and around and around.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a tough one. See this, yeah. See, this is the problem that you have, right? Is that there are people that should get into the Hall of Fame that everyone tries to keep out because they want their guy in the Hall of Fame.
That's true. You kind of just go ahead and be like, nah, this guy, I don't want to vote for this guy, and then he gets 73%. He's like, not qualified.
Although this year we've had, I feel like over the last few years we haven't had a lot of high profile retirements. I don't remember. Well, like Iginla,
Yager,
St. Louis, obviously he just got in. Yager, but he's not retired yet.
Well, Iginla didn't technically retire. He kind of just faded away.
But then eventually he announced that he was done. He's not playing in some league somewhere, or is he?
I don't think he's officially announced retirement either. You had to fill out paperwork for that.
So the fact that we're even struggling with this, I feel like over the next few years that a lot of these guys that have been waiting for a long time might get in just because I don't know who else is there.
Does it also
Yeah.
help at some point that we're going to reach the group of people that might have 800 points and not 1,300 points because like people weren't putting up 200 points a season over the past 10 years, 15 years almost at this point? Like,
That's an interesting point.
is that going to become a sticking point as well? Like the fact that Roenick has 1,200 points or whatever it was, and is he going to get in before somebody who had 800 points in the last 6 years?
You just gave me. I think you might have just given me my haha fuck you for the day.
Like, right? What the top point getters since 1994?
Or active NHL points, which is about the same. Yeah, no, Johnny, there is credence to what you're saying here. I'm looking at these numbers, and a lot of
Right?
guys super under a point per game.
Yeah. I mean, Ovechkin's just over a point per game. I think.
Oh,
Sidney
he's well over.
Crosby's right around a point per game.
Ovechkin
Like 1 point.
Ovechkin 1.119, Crosby 1.292.
Okay.
Of course, Crosby also
Played
200 less
games.
150 less games.
Yeah,
So-
but still.
Yeah, the point still stands. You're not going to get these remarkable numbers like you did. Yeah, I'm looking at guys down here. Well, Zdeno Chara, it's only 628 points, but you don't expect him to score. Down in Jeff Carter, 904 games played, 672 points. I mean,
Is he a Hall of Famer?
what, he's got one Stanley Cup?
I mean, at least one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question.
Because that's going to be the next debate, right? That's going to be well, all these players played in the clutch and grab when it was harder to score goals and it was harder to do this and harder to do that. And
that's a really fucking good point, Johnny. Look at you.
thanks, I tried.
That Dallas Sun really got you. I don't mean the
I know.
newspaper.
I should have gotten one.
You should have. Man, oh man.
I mean, we can wait for like 3 minutes and let this ponder talk about something else, and then Lyle can.
Yeah, we'll
Come
jump
on
in.
and
We'll jump
give
into
his
Lyle
thoughts.
with that. So only two more things to talk about. Schedules were released, and your boy is planning a trip for opening night.
How the NHL screwed that one up and
Oh,
didn't allow
boy,
the
did they.
Capitals to bring their banner up against the Penguins is
Oh,
insane to me.
Fucking
They must
honestly,
have had a Yanni concert or something.
you couldn't have a home and home. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, the Caps are playing the Bruins, which dog shit.
Yeah, a long-standing rivalry against the Bruins when they raised the banner.
Branner.
Is
Ranner.
that a tradition to raise the banner against a rival?
Usually
I
it's
don't know.
yeah,
The Penguins did it against the Caps.
yeah. Yeah, no.
I mean, wouldn't it spice up the beginning of the season? Really?
Yeah. To have this whole this 30-minute celebration. Then
Yeah, and just have a bunch of live action actors massacring penguins at center ice. No, but, I mean, not
Oh.
really.
First
Not really.
off,
It would be fake.
no, we have actual penguins fucking getting
They
murdered
can't
on the
fly
ice.
anywhere. It's not like you're gonna. I mean, they can't get off the rink. So
We just take some dumb crap and just put things, and there we go.
let some
Um,
crabs chase them around on the ice.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Be great. So the Carolina Hurricanes, we have a couple third jerseys to speak of.
Oh, that jersey's terrible.
So, here is your Carolina Hurricanes, your take warning jersey. There it is. How about that?
What's
How
the B-
about
what's
that?
The B stand for?
What the what?
What's the B stand for?
No, it's just two flags. It's just two
I know,
flags.
but it's a.
Sure.
But usually,
Looks-
I mean, I've
looks
seen
like
the
a
Brewers
B.
logo. It's not just a glove and a ball. It's a B. It's an M and a B. What's the B? What's the B stand for?
That's a
What's
great
the B?
question.
I know it doesn't stand for anything, but
No.
you've seen the Brewers logo, right? You know that that's an M.
Yeah, it's
and
an
a B,
M and a
right?
B,
The glove
yeah.
and the ball. Yeah, okay.
It's like the Expos logo was a what was the Expos logo? I think it was a E, an L, and a B. So that was him.
Yeah.
So,
That
so
jersey's awful. That
here's-
looks like the knockoff like NHL jersey that they would sell.
right.
That you're like, why would anybody buy that?
So there's this, and of course, take warning is the thing, and I think that's what the two flags for hurricanes means. Take warning if there's a actual hurricane, right?
I'm sure. Yeah.
I don't know. You guys live closer to the sea than I do. So in retrospect, here's the.
Binghamton use the same jersey.
Oh, that'd be great if they played in Binghamton. They play in Charlotte though. In comparison, here's the old third jersey, just the one flag. One flag.
That's not exactly warning then. What is that? That's
Hey, it's windy.
yeah. Well, maybe one is maybe one's a warning and one's a watch. Maybe that was take watch. And then the
Take
two
watch.
flags is a take warning.
Two flag. Oh, okay. Let's see. So the Coyotes also unveiled their third jerseys.
Oh, this one's fantastic though.
These third jerseys are
That
quite.
one was- Yeah, this one's amazing.
I will say this: you always know when Lyle's in is he's fiddling with his headphones.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
love him. I love you, Lyle.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We don't care. It's summertime and the living's easy. And then the Hurricanes jerseys are god awful, and then the Phoenix Coyotes jerseys are the retro jerseys. So there they are. Look at them.
Yeah,
They're doing
glorious.
fantastic. Doing the Adidas thing, feeling the flow. There it is. Look at that. So the Peyote Coyote jersey, going to mute that so it doesn't blow out my eyes. I get the thing and the thing. Looks great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Find your soulmate, Homer.
There you go.
You can share if you'd like.
There we go.
But I like it.
This
It looks
delivered downstairs.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, wow. Happy
Adorable.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Why
birthday,
does it say
Marky.
53? Just kidding.
It's backwards to them.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you.
What is that on top?
They're balloons on top.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I couldn't see the down part. There we go.
Balloons.
I love balloons.
Make a wish, Mark.
Yay.
Yay, buddy. Congrats, you did it.
Sure, I'll have a piece. Do you guys want pieces?
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We all want pieces.
Yeah, no.
I get the rose.
You know how great
Just
it would have
throw-
been if we planned this out and we all had pieces of
Sure.
cake.
Right? Oops.
Okay.
So it looks like also the
Ooh, and we got wax on the thing.
nice Peyote Coyote jersey is going to be a Saturday only jersey. Just FYI,
Aw.
you're scoring at
Because
home.
Saturday
You're
is good for fighting.
Exactly. Now we officially
That's
bring
gotta
in
be
It's just
Lyle
all right
Richardson.
for
Wow.
fighting. Not good for fighting.
We bring in Lyle Richardson officially to the show. Johnny, good luck cutting that one.
My
Uh,
apologies
I'll
for
find
my
I'll find a
noisy.
spot somewhere to shove an ad in.
yeah, it's fine. We'll throw an ad somewhere, or not throw an ad.
My
Who's to
noisy
say?
headphone stuff.
All right, Lyle. We've had this
Mhm.
discussion before you came on. The snubs, the hall of very good, as some people like to say. And then Johnny brought up a good point about when this class this generation of hockey player goes in,
Mhm.
we're not going to see the numbers that we see from a Roenick or a Kachuk or a Turgeon or Fleury.
Or even
How
a
do you-
Brodeur.
Yeah. How do you merit what is Hall of Fame worthy in this generation of hockey player?
Well, right off the bat, I mean, you look at somebody like Ovechkin who hits 600 goals. You know, I mean, in any generation, that's an impressive achievement. But I think even more so, given the way the game is played today. You know, I mean, there is more of an emphasis on offense, yeah, but players are also very strong defensively as well. Plus, the goaltending is fantastic, even with the supposedly wink reduced size goaltending gear. But still, it's not as bad as it used to be. But let's give credit where credit's due. I mean, players today are so much better conditioned, so much better skilled. You have much more parity in the league. I mean, I think everybody agrees with that. I mean, it's you look back at what the league was like even 10 years ago. There's no comparison. It's much more competitive now.
Down
So-
goes Brown wasn't here 10 years ago. Way more parity now.
That's
Yes, exactly. The more hockey parody. Yes. We'll just let that hang in the air for a moment.
Sure.
There
So
we go.
Lyle, here's of the top 15
Mhm.
active players.
Yes.
How many do you think have over 1,000 points?
Of the top 15
The top 15 points. Top 15 active players that lead in points.
active players that leave in points. Well, Joe Thornton's on that list. There's one for sure. Ovechkin's on the list. That's 2. Crosby's on the list. That's 3. Is Malkin on that list?
He is not.
But yeah, but yet a lot of people think he should be on the NHL's top 100 of all, greatest 100 of all time. Yeah, there's not a lot, is there?
4.
Yeah, I just rattled them all off, didn't I?
No, except Marlowe. Patrick Marlowe.
I forgot Patty. Yes, Patty Marlowe. But there's a big. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Too. There's got to be a bunch of guys there that are in striking distance that are in the 850 above 850 points right now who have a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The same combination I have in my luggage.
Right. Only
Goodness.
5 in striking distance too.
Okay, so who are the ones that are in striking distance? Rattle them off for me.
Getzlaff, Spezza, Eric Stahl, Malkin.
Malkin, yeah.
Zetterberg.
Zetterberg could get in the Hall of Fame.
He's only
Malkin's
40 points away from 1,000. Zetterberg.
Yeah, and Zetterberg's more renowned as a two-way player. Malkin for certain is a Hall of Famer. The other 3, don't know. Okay, what about the other ones on the list? What about the remaining of the top 15?
Patty Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Anze Kopitar.
Mm-hmm.
Marian Gaborik.
Mm-mm.
Rick Nash.
Mm-mm.
Nick Backstrom.
Mm.
Corey Perry.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
these are all people there that are still over a goal per game or a point per game, right? Like,
Nope.
Well, no.
Only people that are a point per game of the top 15. Patrick Kane. Evgeny Malkin. Sidney Crosby. Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah, I knew for sure that Ovi and Sid were point per game players. I think Patrick Kane, I think he's definitely one of the best American-born players of all time. And despite his kind of drunken escapades of his youth, which he seems to have put behind him in the last couple of years, I think the case will certainly be able to be made for him to be a Hall of Fame player. The rest, and it's not like they're garbage players. I don't want to give that impression either, because they're all very well talented. But
Jackson just said that Marian Gaborik was a garbage player.
Confirmed.
no,
You also have to look further. You have to look further down this list too. I mean, John. We haven't talked about John Taves, who's 26th.
John.
Steve Stamkos, who's 28th. Chara is 34th, but he's going to get in on Chara alone.
Yeah, just because he's in Chara beast mode. But he is one of the greatest defensemen of all time.
Tavares is going to be there for this
Tavares will be
escapade
there.
alone.
Yeah, McDavid is going to be there.
Yeah,
there is no
McDavid
question.
could still end up being a 1,000-pointer in his career.
Sure, absolutely.
Shit, he could. Yeah, I mean, he keeps going the way he's going, but he could be that next wave that kind of redefines the game. Because remember, we've gone through a stretch where we've seen some great players. Let's be honest. But as I said, the game's had a lot more parity and things like that. But now we've got this younger generation coming in, who are just much more impressive offensively to me. Yep. Guys like Connor McDavid, guys like Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews was almost a point per game player this season. He had 40 goals in his rookie season. If he had played all 82 games, he would have. He had finished the season with, I believe, 32 goals. I believe is what he had, 32 or 34 goals. If he had played the full, and he missed something like 20 games this season injury, if he had a healthy full K, he would have easily. I think he would have been closer to 45, and he would have been up into the 80-point range. So. This younger generation of players who are coming in who are much faster, who can just do terrific plays at incredible speed. They could be sort of like the next generation of ones that we see of a more higher scoring breed. You know, then again, we thought that about Steven Stamkos too, when he was like having back-to-back 50-goal seasons, and then, yeah, things happened. You know,
Stamkos is an interesting one. His career is quite interesting.
He was outstanding in his early, you know, like from his sophomore career up until I'd say his 5th season. I mean, he was just absolutely dominant.
Sure,
absolutely. And then he never seen the same after he busted his leg.
Wow, that's a pretty horrific injury when you bust it like that.
Yeah. And he did have other he had the blood clots as well, and that kept him out a couple of years ago to the playoffs, all for one game. And yeah, so
Cujo or Osgood, who goes in first?
Ozzy.
Wow. Did not
I go with
expect
Ozzy.
that from you.
Ozzy's a proven winner. I don't care what people say. Look at it. 2 cup rings, man. He backstopped that team not once but twice. Yeah, I know he's got 3, but he got 2 being the guy, being the starter. I think, and it's nothing against Cujo. Cujo is a fantastic goaltender. But he wound up on teams. He was on teams where basically he had to bail out some pretty crappy defenses, But I give the nod to Ozzy. I do. I give the nod to Ozzy. To me, man, cup rings, that is the thing. And in my opinion, in 2008, I thought he should have won the Conn Smythe over. I mean, Zetterberg got it, and that was fine. But for me, it was Ozzy outdueling Marc-Andre Fleury, because a lot of people going into that particular Stanley Cup final, a lot of people were saying, hey, Marc-Andre Fleury, and it was Osgood who outdueled them. So, yeah. And he backstopped him to, the following year to the Stanley Cup final too, and played very well in that one. So, again, I'm going with Osgood.
All right, that works for me. All right, some signing stuff. Mark's jersey is safe. John Carlson, 8-year extension, 8 over 8. Are you surprised, or is that about where you thought?
Didn't I tell you, guys? I told you that's what it was going to be. You asked me this last.
I don't listen to you. I don't listen to this show.
That's obvious.
Lyle, after the show's done, I forget everything about it. I barely know who these guys I host with are. So I'm glad that Jimmy and Max were able to join me again this week.
But no, I wasn't surprised at all. It was exactly what I thought he was going to get. I knew that he was going to seek a deal that was comparable to what Oliver Ekman-Larsson's going to get from the Arizona Coyotes. So, yep, right there in the wheelhouse. They had to do it. They couldn't lose their best defenseman. They just couldn't. We knew this was coming when we saw the salary dump of Brooks Orpik. We knew that. Yeah, it didn't even take long. 48 hours later, boom, under contract.
And when they sign him to the league minimum this year, it's going to be great too. When the Caps re-sign him to a league minimum deal. Get that money back. Also on the Caps front, DSP, 1 year, $1 million. Didn't qualify him because they knew they get completely butt fucked in the arbitration. I think that's a legal term. I think that's
what's crazy. $1 million feels like what would happen if they went to arbitration, except they didn't have to go to arbitration.
Yeah. Right. But you know something? But making him an unrestricted free agent, I mean, there were teams that were calling up and offering him more money. He left money on the table to stay in Washington, to take that deal. Sure, it's 1 year, $1 million, but he took that to stay in Washington.
Wasn't didn't the story come out that basically DSP had talked to Brett Conley
Yes.
when the Capitals were giving him the invite to camp?
Sure.
And Brett Conley basically told him, like, if you play well, they'll sign you, and then if you play well next season, they'll figure out how to get you to keep you here. And it worked out exactly the same way, because this occurred to Brett Conley last year, where he wasn't qualified an offer and then came back and signed.
Yep.
So that he wouldn't go to arbitration.
Really is the
maybe
MO
it's a
for
bit of loyalty.
It seems to be a GMBMMO. That's a lot of initials. A lot of M's.
MOUSE.
You know, you don't qualify a guy and you sign him for a better deal, and you don't have to go through that stupid arbitration process, which hurts feelings. So there's that. Cap's looking good. Nally style. Love piece and hair grease to Alex Chase on. I'll tell you that right now. Jay Beagle. We'll see how he can go. Tommy Wilson's got arbitration rights. Travis Boyd's got arbitration rights. And I think Kempney, really the other biggest UFA aside from Beagle, to re-sign.
Kempney said that he wanted to stay in DC.
Okay, they got 12 million
as well.
They got 12 million in cash.
They got room. They got room. They got room.
And Greg Wyshynski, our friend, said it right. There's no way John Carlson was going to leave. His stuff is here. That's perfect analysis.
Exactly.
Of
yeah.
It was telling when he was asked, like, John, what do you think about hitting the free agent market? And he was like, I hate moving. That was a weird answer, I thought, but
that's what Oshie said last year. Like Oshie, when he signed his long-term deal, the reason is like he didn't want to move because he hates moving. Yeah. So, like, sure, why not?
Like, okay.
Deal. What's this? A Stanley Cup? Sure. Yeah,
I'll stay.
Why not? By the way, TJ Oshie coming to Grand Forks in August. I heard that from Phil Pritchard himself. So, hooray!
Ooh.
That was fun.
TJ Oshie Day.
By the way, I want to
get media passes for TJ Oshie Day.
Oh, dude, I can just go down to the SID.
I have a TJ Oshie T-shirt.
You do. It's fancy.
I hope when he retires, he opens a chain of restaurants. Welcome to TJ Oshie's.
What do they sell there?
Hey, well, it'd be Sports Bar, I think.
It'd be American fare, sir.
Oh, absolutely.
It would be those bacon flights.
Buffalo wings.
TJ Oshie's Asian fusion. Come on, you got to do it right.
That's good. That's a good
there.
one.
That's even better. I like your idea best, Johnny. Yes, TJ Oshie's Asian fusion.
Actually, TJ Oshie, after his career, he's going to start off a almost Def Jam kind of comedy club. It's going to be called TJ. Oh shit! And then the urban market would love it.
Can I get a what?
Face Off Hockey Show. The NHL.
Godfrey.
The Face Off Hockey Show. The NHL watches us for some reason.
It's a great T-shirt. You make that T-shirt.
Oh my! Oh, I know who you are.
If only all the other T-shirts I had in my car never got stolen.
I just want to say this right now. After the meeting with Jen, and then the subsequent handshake with me, 180 on the personality check. I'm like, I really shouldn't have made those dick jokes, huh?
Wait, plural? There was more than one dick joke?
Oh, dude, please. Talking to the dick joke kid over here.
The dick
That's
joke.
probably
kid.
That's actually on the menu at TJ Oshie's.
The dick joke kid.
The dick joke kid, Mr. WrestleMania, the dick joke kid.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Mean Gene.
I'm still surprised that we never picked up a Nacho Man Randy Savage. I'm saddened by that.
I don't know. I think the bacon flight makes up for it.
It's true.
Four different kinds of bacon.
But there wasn't a Slim Jim. If we could have added a Slim Jim to the side.
A lot of people said that. A lot of people said that the fact there was lack of Slim Jim does not make it a Nacho Man Randy Savage meal. So, oh man. Speaking of Slim Jims, what's Mr. Tavares going to do? I don't know what that meant.
Slim
He's
John.
meeting people in the CAA in Los Angeles, California, home of the Doors. Seems really only to be three teams, I would think. Lyle, Tampa, San Jose, New York Islanders.
Yeah, I would say that's a fair assessment. Sure, he could go to Toronto, but why? By the way, and I, remember I was talking to you guys this weekend. I was saying, yeah, I've got this piece about why the Toronto Maple Leafs don't need John Tavares. It's just, I was going to wait until after his supposed signing if he did, and I just said, piss on it. I'm going to write it now. I'm going to piss off Leafs fans, and surprisingly, I did not piss them off. Some I did, and a lot went. We agree. Don't waste the money on John Tavares. Our blue line needs help. Yeah. So. That was kind of interesting.
That's weird.
Because I really was
insightful Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
More than one, many actually. I have more Leafs fans.
Might have been the same person with burner Twitter accounts.
Yeah, must have been. But seriously, I had more Leafs fans that I know personally, and other ones who read my work who wrote in and or got a hold of me and said, I agree with your take on this. We don't need Tavares, we need a defenseman. Then ones were going, you're crazy. Oh yeah, it'd be great. Tavares and Matthews and Kadri down the middle to be unstoppable. And then I asked, well, okay, who's playing defense? But Tavares and Matthews and Kadri and down the middle, they'll be unstoppable. Again, who's playing defense? No. Tavares and never.
I have a weird question in that scenario. Who is your second line center?
Oh, Matthews apparently.
Yeah.
And
because you have two first line centers that are pretty good.
Well, right off the bat, the point I made was Matthews is your first line center. He's been there for the last 2 years, and he's done very well. He's only 20, and he's going to get even better.
And do you really want to destroy a kid's confidence by bringing in somebody as a first-line center when he's been the first-line center for 2 years?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you do that? Well, because they would provide more depth at center. It's like, because then Matthews goes down to second line, Kadri can center the third line, then we can get some cheapy guy to go in and center our fourth line. And it's like, and what are you doing about your defense? And it's just, look at that defense.
We're winning 6-5.
Yeah, that worked real well for them against Boston.
Listen, Lyle, Freddie Anderson did get a Vezina vote, so let's not.
Yeah, he did get one. Actually, I think that was more a sympathy vote because there were a lot of nights where he saw more rubber than a dead skunk on a Trans-Canada highway. So that was more of a sympathy vote. Like, yeah, let's give him a sympathy vote. Right. But you look at that defense core. I mean, I made the point today. I was having lunch with a friend of mine, Glenn, who is a Leafs fan, and I said,
Glenn Anderson.
Yes, Glenn Anderson. I said compare the Washington Capitals defense core to Toronto's. Are you seriously telling me that the Leafs defense core is going to match up well against the Capitals defense core? Come on. Morgan Rielly is the best defenseman you've got. And there's nothing wrong with Morgan Rielly. He's a very good, could become perhaps a top defenseman in this league. Right now, he's very good. I put him in the very good category. But you got Ron Hainsey, 37-year-old Ron Hainsey playing first-line minutes. Are you shitting me? This guy should be on the third friggin' defense pairing, not the top pairing. Jake Gardiner, great for offense. He handles the puck like it's a friggin' hand grenade on his stick when he's in the defensive zone. In fact, he made, if you recall, he made 3 very costly blunders in the third period of Game 7 that wound up in the back of the Leafs net. I mean, if you have a quality shutdown guy to pair with him, that would be fine. But they don't. Who do they have? Nikita Zaitsev. Oh, yeah, that's wonderful. And, Travis Dermott. Yeah, Travis Dermott, he's inexperienced. He's got some potential, but I wouldn't be sitting here thinking that this guy is going to be part of a core, the blue line that's going to go all the way to the Stanley Cup final. And, Connor Carrick is a depth guy. That's it. Are you seriously telling me that these guys are going to match up against Karlsson and Orlov and Niskanen? That's the Caps' top 3 alone, and then Kempny, and they're going to sign Kempny. And I mean, Kempny was a revelation. Jesus, that worked out so damn well. So right off the bat, there's no comparison. So
if the Caps signed Kempny, does he slot into a top 4?
Well, he was that by the time the playoffs were over.
Yeah.
He was in the top 4. In fact, if memory serves, he was skating top pairing minutes.
He was.
Yeah, especially without Orpik.
Yeah. Yeah. Though Orpik, I can see Orpik coming back on a cheapy deal.
Oh, yeah.
He was, listen, I know that he drove Caps fans nuts sometimes, but he's really well respected and well loved in that dressing room.
5 of the 6 years that he was here.
He really, they really liked having him around. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's back on a much more affordable deal. But yeah, getting back to your point, the Leafs, no, they don't need him. And honestly, I don't think he's going there. I still think he's going to re-sign with the Islanders. I think he's taking his time, weighing all the options, looking at all the proposals. But if he does move, it's got to be San Jose or Tampa Bay. One of those two.
If he re-signs with the Islanders, is it because of the bagels?
Yes.
Because of the bagels, absolutely.
The bagels are the tipping point. Yes. The
bagels.
bagels seal the damn deal right there.
Thought so.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's genius.
Yeah.
Is that considered tampering? But because it's outside of the NHL, it's not considered tampering.
Exactly.
There you go. Let's see here. Anthony Duclair and Nail Yakupov also not qualified to put that with BSP. Duclair, wow. I think both of them kind of a big disappointment in terms of what could have been.
Yeah. Well, of the two, I think Duclair maybe has the best shot of getting a chance, one more chance to prove himself. There was a Montreal pundit who was wondering, hey, maybe he'll come to, because he's a native of Laval, Quebec. So they're thinking, hey, maybe he'll join the Habs and reunite with his buddy Max Domi and there. Now, if you can get him for an affordable deal, if you're Montreal, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? 1 year show me contract for like $1 million, $1.5 million, whatever, and just like, right, show us what you got, kid. This is your shot. Get it back.
They gave Alexander Semin a chance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they also gave Alex Radulov a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And that worked out very well. Until then he got stupid and let him walk away. But regardless, so that one I think fine. Yakupov is done. Off to the KHL. His career is done in the NHL. I will be stunned if another team signs him.
Is he 23? Or is he even that old?
He's older.
He's older than that. He was
He's
18 and it was 2012 that he got picked, right? Yeah. 2012.
He is 24 years old.
Yeah. So
Okay.
He'll be 25 on opening night this year.
And this is the thing. Now, you want to talk about a player who got ruined playing for a lousy team as Yakupov. I mean, he was. Correct me if I'm wrong, Scotty. He was I know that it was the lockout shortened season when he made his rookie debut. Didn't he lead rookies in scoring that season? I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
Never got a vote or any consideration as a finalist for the Calder, but he showed so much potential that year, and then the Oilers just totally ruined this kid. Like, I don't blame Yakupov for that. I mean, you could say, well, if the kid had more character, maturity, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, but not every friggin' young player who comes in the league has the same psychological makeup. Some of these kids need a little bit more careful nurturing than others, And that's on the Oilers. They ruined him, as far as I'm concerned. He came in, he had so much potential. He played so well in that as a rookie in that lockout shortened season. And, I was really expecting that, with the right coaching, that he would come along and play. And they did. They totally ruined him. So by the time he moved on, he was useless because every place he went to, because he kept seeing a different coach in Edmonton every year. And then what happened? He goes and signs with another team, a different coach, goes to another team, a different coach. He's never had stability in his NHL career at all. And now it's too late. He's 24. He's wasted. And I'm sorry, but that's on the Oilers. They wrecked that kid. They totally wrecked him.
I almost wonder if he would be the perfect candidate to go to the KHL, figure some stuff out for like 3 or 4 years, and come back to the NHL and be good.
Maybe.
That's highly possible.
Maybe, Johnny. If provided people are, if he goes back, get some stability going there, because I think that's the key for him is just some stability. Go and play for the same coach, the same team, right? Have pretty much the same teammates for 3 or 4 seasons, and see if things can work out for you. And then when you're 28 or something like that, maybe kind of because let's face it, if you play well in the KHL, teams are going to notice. And there may be ones that'll go, you know what? We'll take a chance on you for a year. See what happens.
Indeed. I see here. Of course I lost it. Subban wasn't a rookie that year, was he? No. Well. He was up there. We'll say that. James Neal, David Perron not returning to Vegas. Thoughts, ideas, concerns?
That actually, I'm not disappointed by that or upset by that. I think that they're making the right move here in looking ahead, but I also don't think they want to tie up. Yeah, they got a lot of cap dollars, but I don't think they want to tie up too much on older guys, especially since I really do think they're going to be in play for a guy like Erik Karlsson. I really think they're in play for a guy like him.
I think maybe the Neal one hurts more than the Perron, just for another veteran voice in the room.
I would go along with that. Yeah, but he's looking for $6 million.
Yeah.
And he's going to be 31 next season. And it's just like, do you really want to invest $6 million a season? I mean, yeah, he's had 9 straight 20-goal seasons, which is a significant accomplishment. But, the type of game that he plays, you have to wonder, is that really worth the investment of $6 million a season for even 4 years? I don't think so. You got to figure there's a reason why Nashville left him unprotected, right?
Exactly.
And it's not because they didn't like him. It's because, sorry, but by that point, it's like, listen, you're going to be pushing 30. You're away from UFA.
Ryan O'Reilly. What about him? Draft, there was a trade. There wasn't a trade. There wasn't a trade. There was a trade.
Ryan O'Reilly.
Is he going to get moved?
Oh, yeah. I still think if the right offer's out. The thing is, the Sabres, they're not in a hurry to move him. This isn't like Evander Kane where it's like, okay, the guy's at UFA, you're running out of time, you got to get something for him. He's signed for 5 more years. The big sticking point here is the fact that most of his salary for this season is a signing bonus. 7.5 mil is a signing bonus. Wow. For this year, the actual salary. Yeah. And there are teams that are interested in him who would prefer to wait until July 1st to acquire him, because then Buffalo has to pay that signing bonus, right? If you acquire him before July 1st, you have to pay him the signing bonus. Now, apparently the Montreal Canadiens are among the handful of teams that have no problem paying that signing bonus. They want him, but the Sabres are setting a high price, and what they wanted from the Habs was what was rumored all along what they wanted from, which was their first round pick, which was 3rd overall. And as we saw, Michel Bergevin did not want to give that up. It's believed that that he's offering up Max Pacioretty and maybe something else in there too as well, because of course Patches is a year away from UFA, and the Sabres probably won't be able to resign him. But Jason Botterill, the GM of the Sabres, he's not interested in that. At least from what I've heard, he's not interested in that. I think he wants something that more benefits both now as well as long term. So I really think that unless the Sabres are willing to just kind of accept that what they can get before July 1st, he won't get moved until after July 1st.
There you go.
Hasn't this been the mantra though of the Sabres since Paguglia bought the team? Like they kind of have been asking for some really high returns in a lot of these trades that they want, and then end up losing players for nothing.
Yeah.
But that seems to be the Paguglia way.
Boy, howdy.
That's the sad part.
Just remember. Oh, and by the way, yes, Nail Yakupov, leading scorer amongst NHL rookies in 2013.
Tied with
Huberdeau with points, but he was the leading goal scorer with 17.
So he gets the advantage there.
Yep.
Booyah.
And was not even named a finalist for Rookie of the Year.
Damn shame. Lauda, we got any bag of fun? JF Berube got traded again. Congratulations to him.
Well, I thought, did you guys touch on that trade today that the Penguins made with the Sabres? Speaking of the Sabres,
which one was that? Wow.
Connor Sheary and Matt Hunwick going to the Sabres for a 4th round pick next year. Can you say salary dumb kids? Because I can.
But hey, it could be a 3rd round pick.
Yes, it is a conditional. No, you're right. It's a conditional pick. 4th round, but it could be a 3rd. But that shaved off of over 5.2 mil off of the Penguins' payroll.
Well, perfect to sign Jack Johnson.
Well, that's apparently the rumor. That he reportedly has a deal in principle for 5 years, paying him something like 3.5 mil a season, I think.
16 over 5, so over 3 mil a season.
So 3 mil and change, and I'm going, okay, I like the salary. I don't like the length of that deal. 5 years? Are you shitting me?
A lot of term.
But the reason why, I guess, apparently is because Johnson and Sidney Crosby are tight. They're buds going back to their
Shattuck
school hockey days. So, yeah. And I guess Sid's been stumping for them to bring in Jack Johnson. So they wanted to bring in a defenseman. So they're going to do it that way. And it's like, yeah, I guess in order to make it more palatable to him, because the word was he was going to look for something higher. There was talk, somebody had mentioned, oh, he'll look for $6 million per season. Everybody laughed. It's like, the hell he will, because nobody's giving him that. But there was talk that it could be between 4 and 5 mil was what he's going to look for. So you get it at a reasonable term, be around 3.25 or something like that. You know, that's a reasonable salary. But yeah, to do it for 5 years, it's a long time to invest. But again, if there's one thing the Penguins have done very well is they do a great job, reclamation job on defensemen. Justin Schultz, a perfect example there. And there's another one whose name eludes me for the moment. But regardless, so perhaps playing there, for a better team with a better coach, hey, maybe that'll help get Johnson's career back on the rails. And I don't think they're done. I think that move would be, okay, we got a reasonable price for a defenseman for the short term, but he wants to bring in a forward. That's something Jim Rutherford of the Penguins GM has been saying, that he wanted balance, which meant he wanted to bring in a defenseman, which it now appears he has, and he wants to bring in a forward. And there's talk that he's interested in Jeff Skinner of the Carolina Hurricanes. So let's keep an eye on that. Go looking for a winger.
All right. Anything else we got, Lyle, or we can go right to haha, fuck you?
That'll do it, buds. That's all I got. Let's do the taste sensation and sweeping in.
Since I won the Schlem Code game on the Puck Soup podcast,
yes, I listened to it.
And I stole that idea. Time for haha, fuck you. Like Lyle said, the taste sensation, sweep of the nation.
Wait, before we get there, did you get the book signed? Did the book get signed before you?
Johnny, did you get the book signed?
Yeah, I mean, I assume
that
it was
handed to me in a drunken state, and he was like, "You want this?" I was like, "Yeah." And I just took it.
He also said $30, and that was kind of weird. Kind of weird.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part. I just took it and walked away.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So, of course, the Hall of Fame class: Marty Brodeur, Marty St. Louis. My favorite Marty. I'm actually trying to find something real quick because we have two big things here, folks. We have two big situations going on in life. Because we can do one, we can do the other, or we can do that third thing. That third thing
we can't talk about.
that we can't talk about because you might not be able to pay for it. You know what I mean? Actually, I just can't find. There's the hockey reference page. See. So, oh boy, they both 88, 89. Oh, that's a year. Wow, that was a year.
That was a year.
I had to actually see his game stats on that one. Because, of course, Marty St. Louis and Monsieur Brodeur played against each other in their early years. God, I almost want to do this dog shit team. Oh, do I want to do this dog shit team? Oh boy, howdy, do I want?
I thought you were looking at a Hall of Fame theme here.
I kind of am. Just
is it a Hall of Fame of dog shit? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, Lyle, kind of.
Well.
Please tell me he played this game, please. Hold on.
Scotty just finished.
I might have. Hold on. I only think of this in the fly because like, oh, I have something here, and then it's nothing. Did you tell me he played this game? Tell me he played this game. Marty St. Louis, you better show up on my fucking roster sheet right here. Oh, you son of a bitch! We got son of a bitch. So I am going to
disappointed.
say, oh, really? That the only time they played that year, and Marty St. Louis wasn't on the roster yet? Well, shit, Sue. All right. Well, the first time Marty St. Louis and Marty Brodeur played against each other was December 4th, 1999. Calgary Flames.
What?
New Jersey Devils.
Wow. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
We have 18 skaters upside.
Oh,
Only a
Christ.
piece. All right, you already got 2.
Yeah, we already know who 2 of them is.
And we're going to start off with Mark with the C since it's birthday.
Theo
Hey.
Fleury.
What's that?
Theo Fleury.
Fuck you. No.
Damn it.
Oh, the pain.
Wow.
The pain.
Boo.
How far off
Two
was it?
words.
How many
Oh,
years?
you're pretty far off.
Okay.
What year is this?
99 2000.
Okay.
Johnny, you're up.
I'm gonna go with Scott Niedermeyer.
On the board, Scott Niedermeyer.
Mm.
Lyle.
Okay, I'm gonna go Calgary Flames, and I'm gonna say Jerome McGinley.
On the board, Jerome McGinley.
Yes.
Mark with a C.
Patrick Eliash.
On the board, Patrick Eliash.
There you go. There he is.
Johnny P.
Joel Newendike.
Ooh, no.
Nope. Sorry. Fuck you. Not on the board. He was with Dallas.
Oh well.
Dallas. Close. I like the idea. Lyle.
Scott Stevens.
Scott Stevens on the board. Scott Stevens.
Yes.
Back to Mark.
Mika Kiprasov.
Fuck you. Nope.
Damn.
Nope. He was, I think, still in Finland at that point, or in the no. I think he was a
No,
Kentucky.
he was with San Jose.
He was a Kentucky Thoroughblade because that was their AHL team.
Oh, okay.
To Johnny.
John McClain.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Good guess. I thought he was.
That is a
going
good
to-
guess.
He was scratched for this game. I think he might have been injured. He had a lot of run of injuries in that early part of the year. Lyle.
I do believe the lesser of the Berets, Valeri, was with the Flames.
Valerie Bure on the board.
Yeah.
Mark with a C.
Bobby Holik.
Oh, good
Bobby
answer.
Holik on the board.
Yeah.
Johnny P.
Um.
There's 2 out there.
He's thinking goalie, isn't he?
Leland Irving. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
He was on the Flames, but
That's true.
Yeah. He was a Flame.
He was.
yeah, I was kind of thinking Flames goalie, but I don't know. Mike Vernon.
Sorry. Mike Vernon incorrect. Lyle.
Okay. I'm thinking goalie. I'm thinking Calgary Flames goalie.
Okay.
I'm thinking Roman Turk.
Sorry.
Ah,
No Roman Turk.
fuck.
Mark.
Do you think that we should get the Flames goalie?
Nah. Yes, but no.
Okay. All right. I won't.
Yes,
even go
because
there.
you'll be like, oh, afterwards.
I'm gonna try again. I will
Okay.
try again after
That's
these
good.
guys. You go ahead.
I think this is one of the years that Dinas Zubris wasn't on the Capitals. Dinas Zubris.
Sorry.
I
I think he was still with him. I think he was still in
I think he
Philly.
was in Montreal, wasn't he?
Oh, was he in Montreal? I think so. He was in either
99?
Montreal or Philly.
Oh no, he would have been in Philly. You're right. He wasn't in Montreal at that point yet.
Yeah.
No.
To John.
What about Jay Pandolfo?
Oh,
Ooh, good one.
beautiful
Solid.
Nice.
Nice.
Board.
Nicely done, Johnny.
to Lyle.
Okay, as I said, I'm going to try Flames goalies again.
Sure.
I see checkerboard pads.
Okay.
I'm thinking Trevor Kidd.
You're thinking wrong. Sorry.
Damn!
Fuck you.
Son of a bitch! Ah!
Oh, did we freeze?
No, you're good. What do you got?
Hello?
Mark?
Hello? Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
All right. Who is on this team? Alexander McGillney.
No, sir. Sorry.
Isn't he on the Canucks?
He was on the
Just
Canucks.
because he's
Still.
Yeah, he's on the Canucks.
It
Then.
doesn't
He got
mean that
traded
he's
there
on the
next-
Calgary Flames.
It's true. To Johnny P.
What about Felix Potvin?
Sorry, no. Lyle.
Okay, I'm getting out of the goalie thing here right now because now I'm not
Nice
certain.
bet.
Yeah.
Probably a smart
Was Robin Regier with them at that point?
On the board, Robin Regier.
Oh,
Scummed it out.
I'm starting to have trouble thinking of
Right?
Flames now. All of a sudden,
Especially in that era. That was a dog shit era.
Oh, they were horrible then. Oh my lord, they were bad. Yeah.
Mark.
Hello.
Figures. AJ would tell us who the goalie was.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
I'm running out here.
Everyone might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I already said Bobby Holik, and he was
Come
usually
on,
like,
yeah.
oh, was Alexei Zhitnik on any of these teams?
Sorry, no.
Buffalo Sabres.
Shout out to Alexei Zhitnik.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Johnny, you got AJ's answer?
AJ would like to throw Fred Brathwaite into the mix.
Oh, AJ always coming up in the clutch. Fred Brathwaite on
Nice.
the board. On the board,
Nice.
Freddie Brathwaite. I think his backup
work.
that year was Grant Fuhrer.
Oh boy.
Hell of a time,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Who was on that line with Jay Pandolfo? Just kidding.
Oh, I might know.
Who was on the line with Jay Pandolfo?
Lyle knows line combos. Come on.
Wow.
I'm guessing. It's just a guess. You go ahead. I'll...
Crap. Oh, I had somebody. Enrico Ciccone.
Ooh, close. No, sir. I don't know how close that was actually, but still. I know he played on the Flames at one point in time.
I think he did
I
play
got
on
one
the
more.
Flames at least.
All right. Lyle, then Mark.
Randy McKay.
Oh, Randy McKay, you said, huh?
Uh-oh.
On the board, Randy McKay.
Yes! Yes! Who played with Jay Pandolfo? Yes!
Yes, he did.
Damn it.
Not this game, however. They had very different. Randy McKay had 10 more minutes than Jay Pandolfo this game for lineage. Mark.
John Madden. Boom.
Sorry, no. Boom.
What? Where is John Madden? If not in
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Probably in college.
Oh,
He was
okay.
making football
Okay.
games.
Right, this was 99, 2000. He wasn't in
Yeah.
there yet. Yeah. Oh, shit. Who was...
Johnny.
Okay, I got a couple more.
Wow.
What about Bob Rouse?
No, sir. Also, John Madden scratched for this game.
Ah.
A scratch due to a leg injury.
Wow, that's a technicality.
And he wasn't on the
Yeah, but I
18-man
didn't get
roster.
John McLean. He was scratched.
He was scratched too.
Just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you get shit.
That's
true.
right.
At a point. Wait, he does.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So my turn now?
Yes, sir, Lyle.
Okay. Did anybody say Jason Arnott?
On the board, Jason Arnott.
Boom! Yes!
man.
Good pull. Great pull. Mark.
I'm out.
The other score.
Mark out. Johnny.
I'm gonna say Rico Fata.
Sorry, sir. Good guess. Great Rico Fata pool.
Thank you.
Incorrect, sadly. Lyle.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Wow, this Flames team was bad.
I'm trying to remember. Who's Fuck, I'm trying to remember. There's another New Jersey Devil big scorer
Yeah,
for them that year. There was a big scorer for them that year, and I can see him and I can't think of his name. Shit. I believe he was a Czech. Was he a Czech or something?
Oh, I might have 2 guesses now, actually.
Fuck. Oh, I can't think of his name. I can see him and I can't think of his name. Oh, I'm gonna kick myself for this afterwards. Oh man. Scott Gomez.
Bored. Beautiful.
Boom.
Scott Gomez.
Wow.
Yes.
Johnny P.
I couldn't think of him for the.
Slava Kozlov.
Oh.
Sorry. No. Lyle.
There's still another one there. The Devils. There's still another one.
There's a couple.
Yeah. Scorer too. Played on that line with Arnott and Jesus Christ.
Nope.
No, he didn't play there.
No, he didn't.
If Jesus Christ would have played for the Devils, though,
Ironic.
Oh God, I can see him. I can't think of his name. I gotta stop drinking scotch before I come on the show. Shit. All right, let me think of the Flames here for a second.
that actually makes me think better.
Let me think of the Flames here. I got to get away from the Devils here because I'm just sitting here and I'm stalled. Sandy McCarthy.
Sorry, no. Mark or John?
I have one more guess, and then I'm probably out.
Okay.
And this is a guess.
Okay.
Because God knows who he was playing for, but I'm sure he was playing for somebody. Gonna go with Matt Cullen.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I believe he was in Anaheim at that point.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap.
All right, everyone's tapping. So, for your Calgary Flames, Tommy Abilene, Valerie Bure,
Tommy Albaline.
Bobby Dallas,
Yeah, no, I was just kidding.
Dennis Gauthier, Phil Housley,
Whoa.
His music career really took off.
yeah, Cale House, Aginla, Andreas Johansson, Bill Lindsay, Derek Morris, Andre Nazarov. We said Regier, Mark Savard.
Oh, right. Mark Savard. He started with them.
Yep, Jeff Shantz, Marty St. Louis, Corey Stillman, Jason Weimer, Clark Wilm.
Corey
Clark
Stillman.
Wilm. Fred Brathwaite in net. For your Devils, Arnott, Sergey Breland. Really, every time we do Devils, no one guesses this guy. Ken Danico.
Breland.
He's been there. Yeah, he was there for all of them.
He played on Jay Brandolfo's line.
Yeah,
He did.
Ken Danico was not mentioned either.
I thought he was retired by that point.
No, he didn't retire until like 2005. I think.
Okay.
His head was already retired. So.
That's true. Patrick Eliash, Scott Gomez, Bobby Holik, Claude Lemieux, McKay, Brendan Morrison, Niedermeyer, Lyle Odeline, Christoph Oliwa, Pandolfo, Brian Rafalski, Vladim Shirov,
Yeah.
Sheldon Surrey, Scott Stevens, Peter Sikora,
Sikora. That's who I was trying to remember.
and in net, number 30 in your program, number 1 in your heart, Marty Brodeur.
Peter
was pretty good.
Sikora. That's the one I was stuck on. I could see it. I thought his first name was Peter, but I couldn't think of the last name to save my life.
It was better than my other option, which was top 30 goaltenders in losses.
Oh Jesus.
That will be next week.
Jim
We
Carrey.
have time to fill.
Okie dokie.
Oddly enough, Jim Carrey not on that list.
Oh,
He didn't have a long enough career.
That's true.
Yep.
The
Didn't have
cutoff point for losses in the top 30 is 258.
I bet Gump Worsley's on that list.
Maybe. Probably. Yeah, he probably was. All right. Well, Lyle, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Yes, it has. Are you guys all well rested now? Back from the draft, safe and sound?
No.
I slept for 12 hours last night.
I saw Jen slept for 13.
Yeah, no, I left and went and came back from Minot, which is about 3.5 hours away, and I think she was away for maybe an hour.
Wow.
So,
It is, the draft does take it out of you.
it
really
does.
does. It
People
really does.
people are interesting.
Yep.
All right, Lyle.
Anyway, guys,
Enjoy happy free agency to you and yours this Sunday.
thank you very much. I shall be trapped in my office.
Happy Canada Day.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
happy Canada Day, yes.
Thank you. And it's, I believe it'll be July 4th, is it not?
Fourth when we next speak, yes.
When we next speak. And by that point, we'll know where the free agents all landed and maybe where some of these other guys are getting traded.
Be great. Be good times.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Can't wait. All right, Lyle, thank you. We'll talk to you
Have a
next
good
week.
one and happy birthday again, Mark. And we'll see you next
Thank you,
week,
sir.
guys.
All right.
Good buddy. There he goes. Lyle Richardson, SpectresHockey.net. At Spectres Hockey on Twitter, you can find all the fun stuff there. Shout outs, Johnny P.
I give a shout out to the draft weekend. Good to see people. Good to have some fun. Oh wow, that was a good one. Shout out to NyQuil. Gonna need some tonight.
Ooh.
And yeah. Diss to allergies.
Wow. There he goes.
Thanks.
Nice. Mark.
Thank you, everyone, for all the birthday wishes. 35. This feels the same as 34.
Kinda. Not that much.
Pretty much the same as 33. They're all the same now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hope you guys had a good time in Dallas. I got a voicemail from Sean Leahy, which was very fun. I also got a missed video call from John at 12:30 in the morning where he expected that I would somehow be awake.
I'm pretty certain that was also Sean Leahy.
By the way, Johnny, I want to say this. Archduke Ferdinand Metzer said that he got the voicemail and it was the best part of his day on Friday when he woke up and he heard that.
But yeah, other than that, here's to the off season. Next week we get to talk free agency, and then it's a whole lot of nothing. So
exactly,
here's
we might even throw the draft show in there as a show. Just
I already
because.
did it.
Oh, you already uploaded it? Fuck. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
no one answered my question, so I sent it out last night.
yeah, I know. That's my bad.
I'll put it out again later.
That's
It's fine.
fine. They won't notice. Shout out to North Dakota fireworks laws. Also a diss to North Dakota fireworks laws. Shout out to John Lazat, who is at Penguins camp. Good for him. Good dude. Shout out to Dallas. Dallas was fun. Shout out Bacon Flight. And shout out to Jen for getting some sleep. Good for her. That's it. That's all. For Johnny P, Mark with the C, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. This has been Face Off Hockey Show on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, and wherever you get your podcast. Twitter.com/FaceOffHCKY Show. Facebook.com/FOHS Radio. Yeah, catch us all next week. Enjoy your free agency. We'll come back to review it next Wednesday night. Until then, deuce.
Peace out.
Grassroots shows and it goes as you all know, supposed and loaded in times that we be fractions of a millisecond away from making pay and making waves, sun shining around. These are the days